Morina Bongo, and I'm going to demonstrate the vertical mattress suture. It is used especially when the skin is fragile. It is a stronger suture, and when I was practicing all the sutures, I found that this was the easier one for me to do, so I decided that I would demonstrate this one. So I'm going to perform the stitch on a piece of chicken. I have my needle driver, my forceps, and a pair of scissors. I'm going to have, for this particular suture, I'm going to have the needle facing me, and I'm going to set the needle driver right in the middle of that needle, the middle of the needle, and then I'm going to use my forceps, and I'm going to lift the skin for the first throw. For the first throw, I'm going to go a little bit farther from the skin, and I'm going to go deeper at a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to lift that. That's on the first side. Go deep. Come out in the middle. And pull that across. Leaving about a few centimeters of string, about 5 centimeters of string on the other side. And then reset my needle on the needle driver. Lift the skin with the forceps. Go the same length of deep at a 90-degree angle and the same distance as on the first side. I like to set it down so that it doesn't drive through. That's towards me. Next, to go back, I'm going to reset my needle. This time the needle is going to face the other way, using a sort of a backhand, and I'm going to insert the next throw just below the epidermis for this, one. I'm going to set it right there, nearer to the skin. This is also known as far, far, near, near. Come right there in the middle. It's hard to see sometimes. Just below the epidermal surface. I don't want to go all the way through because I'm not really good at it yet. And then on the next side, reset my needle on the needle driver. The same depth that I had it coming out of the near stitch. On the other side, lift it with my forceps. And try to come out equidistant on the other side too. You see it over there. And then I'm going to use my forceps to help lay it down and pull it through. The next part is the trickiest part. I found that the knots can be very slippery, but this is the instrument tie. I'm going to go ahead and place the needle driver flat on the surface. Do a clockwise swirl across the head. 1, 2. I believe that's known as a surgeon's knot. Grab the tail, pull it through all the way. And after you pull it through all the way, go ahead and strengthen that tie. Then, this time counterclockwise. Let the tail where you should be able to grab it. Just one. Grab the tail, pull it through, and then tighten that. Do 3 knots clockwise. Set the tail on the side there so it's easier to grab. One knot, and then pull. Finally, go ahead and use the scissors to snap the remaining pieces of thread. And there it is. I had practiced 2 before, and there's our vertical mattress suture. Thanks. I wanted to correct this last part because I realized my stitching fell through. It's the nature of the chicken. So I'm going to set my needle driver down clockwise. I'm going to do my instrument tie twice. There. Grab that tail. Pull it all the way through. And after you pull it, strengthen it. Counterclockwise. 1 knot, grab the tail, pull it through, knot it, clockwise, grab the tail, clockwise, grab the tail, pull it, and tighten. And that's the knot. And after you make sure that it's sturdy, that's when you go ahead and snap it so that the needle, so that it doesn't pull through like it did the other time. And as I was saying before, there are my previous knots that actually were firm and stayed intact. Thank you.